A flight attendant mocked me for being poor, not knowing I outranked every pilot on the plane. After captaining planes between Asia and Chicago for 3 days straight, I boarded one of my own airline's flights to finally get home. I'd stuffed my captain's uniform in my bag and thrown on ratty jeans and a stained t-shirt because sitting in economy for 5 hours in full uniform sounded like torture. The second I stepped aboard, the senior flight attendant Veronica sized me up, clearly deciding I was going to be her problem passenger for the next 5 hours. She stood right in front of the overhead bin, using that fake nice voice flight attendants use when they hate you. Premium passengers are still boarding. Economy waits. When I tried to explain I just needed to stow my bag quickly, she put her hand up in my face and pointed toward the back. I found my middle seat and collapsed into it. 20 minutes into the flight, I raised my hand for water and she walked by, leaned down and whispered, "You'll get service when I decide you deserve it." She served every single passenger around me, even went back for refills, while making sure I saw every pore. When she dropped some napkins near my row, I leaned down to help pick them up. She stepped on my hand with her heel and ground it down before kicking the napkins away from me. The businessman next to me looked away while I pulled my hand back, red marks forming on my fingers. An hour in, she finally came back and poured water for the row behind me, deliberately tipping the pitcher so drops splashed on my head. She smirked and moved on without giving me any. During meal service, she announced loudly that some passengers didn't deserve food service while looking right at me. She served everyone else, then came back and dropped the vegetarian lasagna from shoulder height. It exploded across my lap and shirt, sauce everywhere, and she just shrugged before walking away. When I pulled out my tablet to review approach plates, she snatched it from my hands and showed it to Rebecca. They both laughed at my aviation apps before she tossed it back, hitting me in the chest. She made sure other passengers heard her call me a wannabe pilot living in fantasies. She noticed my aviation watch and grabbed my wrist, twisting it to show other passengers while calling it fake. She told them I probably bought it online to impress women at bars by pretending to be a pilot. Her grip left marks on my wrist. The personal attacks got vicious. She sprayed air freshener directly at me, told nearby passengers I smelled like failure, and suggested I was unemployed and possibly on substances. When I shifted uncomfortably, she made gagging sounds and moved passengers away from my row. I stood up to stretch and she shoved me hard back into the seat. Some people just don't belong in aviation. She pressed her knee into my shoulder to keep me down while telling Rebecca about delusional people who couldn't accept their place in life. The worst came when she saw my pilot wings pin. She ripped it off my bag and held it up like evidence to show the whole cabin. She bent the pin in half and threw it at my face, the bent metal catching my cheek and drawing blood. She leaned in close, her breath hot on my ear. "You're nothing. You'll